offline. Sending data. Come on, baby. Just waiting for, there it is. All right. And that's TikTok. And all right, we're good. We are good. Stream details for all channels live. Yes. All right. Well, now I know what the problem is. Or was. Okay. All right, guys. Let's. I'm gonna yeah, I have to change my change. Why is it?
Change the fool. Ooh, days. No good. I'm working with my camera here, so.
Why?
Change the fool. Now you got that song in my head.
All right.
Okay. Should have worn a yellow one, but anyway. All right. So maybe if I get my stance going. You're like, ooh, look at me.
I know. My bangs are not, they're acting all frizzy today. My bangs are being frizzy today.
Is that too much? Is that too open?
No.
Okay.
All right. We are good. YouTube's on. The Facebook is on. Nothing else.
Oh, I'm talking all this smack? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, there's 3 people on.
There's 3 people on. Hold on.
And we are.
People. We're going to log on there. Let's see what we got going on here.
Where's my chat? There it is.
Hold on. I got to get on to the Facebook.
Hey, Owen.
I got to get on to Facebook.
His hair fixes?
My hair needs to be fixed.
No, his hair is fine. Tell him, Owen.
I got to get a couple things here. I got to get the other thing, which I forgot to get before we started the show. Over here.
I've been messing with my hair.
All right, let's see what we got here. What's on your mind? Let me pull up.
Hey, Chrissy.
Chrissy girl. Hey, there we are. All right. 12 views on the Facebook. Very good. Oh, I got to change this. I got to push this back so I can see it.
I'm keeping an eye on my DoorDash too while we're doing this. So if I keep looking away,
let me know DoorDashing while we're doing the show.
I have to. Mike is sick, and neither one of us can leave to get him some Tylenol and ibuprofen.
I can't.
He has a fever.
I didn't eat yet. I came right off the road right to eating.
It's not eating. He has a fever. He's very hot.
He's got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
So I ordered some groceries, and his medicine is in it.
You're such a good one. I'm just trying to get. I can never get us on here. I can never get us on. Oh wait, more.
On what? On what?
On the TV anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, by the way, now I know why I can never get us to go live. The thing that I did different the last 2 times is that I turned the channels on before I went live. It doesn't like you to turn the channels on first.
That's what you said. You said it the last time. Oh, I got it. I fixed it. I got it.
Well,
I got us on the big screen. All right, we're good.
Hopefully I won't forget next week.
Well, that's how we've been, you've been playing it, All right. So anyway, it's almost that time. So I'm going to chime in a lot tonight.
Okay. You're what?
I did some search.
What did you say? You're going to what?
Chime in a lot tonight.
You're leading it, buddy. This is your baby.
My debut?
It's your debut as the host with the most.
No. We're a team.
Yes, you're
There's
the lead
no I
host.
in team, okay?
You're the lead host tonight. I'm your sidekick. I'm going to just chime in when I feel like it.
Oh, boy. That's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
So, all right, let's see how this is going to go.
I bet you guys can't wait, right, to see Chris take over?
Oh, boy. This is going to be something. I got to do this. I can do it this way. So, I'm going to be looking at the prompters. I'm going to be looking all over the place today. So, just work with me, people. We got to get the music. You got to get the. Whoa, Owen. How are you, Owen? His hair fixes. That's right. Chrissy's in the house. Let's see. Okay, let me get some tunes going here. We get a little. Let's see how this is. Like it. Let's see how it sounds.
You can feel like your haircut. I go in next week. My hair is not hairy.
Your hair is fabulous.
Not doing its thing easily.
It is doing its thing.
Thank you.
It is. I'm telling you. Let's see. How about? Let's see.
Oh, by the way, and I'll probably mention this when we get started. The YouTube and Restream, everything's been downloading our podcast very slowly. Good. So typically I'm able to upload the podcast portion, because I have to convert it from video to audio. Typically I can do it that night, like tonight, but it hasn't let me the last 2 weeks. So it's the next day, like late in the day when I can do it. Because I edit the video, I edit out all this, and I edit out all this, and then I just do like a fade to the front, the beginning and the end, and then I re-upload it. And I can't do any of that until I can copy it off of YouTube, and even YouTube is just taking forever for it to be processed. Yeah. So I'm at the mercy of YouTube and Restream, but I'm looking at it constantly and trying to get it done.
Talk about that. I hate to cut you off, but we'll talk about that at a different time. We don't want all the listeners here about all that nonsense.
There's no listeners here right now. We're not on yet.
No?
No, I mean, we're on. This is all getting edited out. I'm editing this out.
Mike, I hope you feel better, Mikey. I hope you're doing all right, pal.
He's sleeping. He told me if he starts snoring, I should nudge him.
Nudge
him. If you have anything you want to say that you don't want anybody to hear, say it now or forever hold your peace.
That's it. This is the VIP, the early room. All right?
Yep. You've got 2 more minutes to get it out of your system.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Hey, Owen, I just realized I didn't reply to your text. I'm sorry. I'm glad your injection sites aren't hurting. Itching is better than hurting.
He doesn't like me anymore. He used to text me once in a while. He don't like me anymore. I didn't even email. Well, he was my first email.
Well, that's good. But he doesn't like you anymore.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, Chris?
You.
Me? Nothing.
What's up, Christine?
Not a thing. I am just sitting here waiting for another minute to pass by.
Oh, let's do it.
What was that? Whisper.
A little sexy.
Yes, it is.
Chris doing Chris things.
Chris doing Chris things. All right.
Here we go.
We should be able to go.
30 seconds.
I have some water.
Me too.
Yeah. Water.
You know what it's like out there today? Reason the gas is off.
Okay, we are here.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and Chris Anthony. Hello, it is Tuesday. What is this date? It is November 18th. It is Tuesday, and we are here, as we are every Tuesday, to talk to you for an hour. Hi, Chris.
Hello, Christine. How are you, darling? So tonight you're switching it up a little bit, huh?
I am. I'm letting you take the lead. I want to hear everything you have to say, and I'm just going to sit here and interrupt you occasionally.
Are you scared?
No, we're all excited. We talked about it. We talked about it a little bit before, all of us.
Did?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I wasn't there.
Didn't we, guys?
All right. Well, listen, everybody. Welcome to the big show. We're gonna get this chat going on. I'm Chris Anthony. You know Christine. Today, I got to tell you, our sponsor, as you already know, is Beach Buddha Coffee, beachbuddhacoffee.com. And our new sponsor, thank you for putting a couple of steaks on our table, is Piccolini Pins, warding off the evil. If you see these little things, it's all about the keeping away the evil and all the Italian heritages and the spirits. And they look really cool, too, the horns and the hands. And go on to piccolinipins.com. Talk to Angela. She's unbelievable. They get these pins. I mean, these are bracelets, but they make these pins that are really awesome because every Italian grandmother had a pin. All right, let's get into the big show. So,
all right,
we have talked about all kinds of crazy stuff, everything under the sun in relationships, and you never know what's going to come out of our mouth, but it just works. All right. So, Christine, I have high regard for Christine. I think she's extremely intelligent. She puts me in my place when I need to, and I do the same for her. But most of the time, she's on point. So cheers to you.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about, it seems like all of the conversations we've had. Last week, we talked about, dead bedroom and dating multiple people the week before that and all these different things. So after heavy thought process and re-listening to our stream and a few times and going over some things, I came up with what I feel everyone needs to really know. Listening to your comments and your questions, okay? You need to trust your gut to find out if they're going to make the cut. That's what I'm going to make my line tonight, okay? So what that means is we're all built in with instincts, natural instincts. Like my mother always says, once you make that left, you can't make that right. Our instincts tell us make that left or make that right. You know what I'm saying, Christine?
Yep.
Could be anything. Driving, picking a job, going to school, could be anything. But when it comes to one of the most important things in your life, your relationships, your gut is super, super important. You've heard me say it before, and our guts fight internally all the time. Our guts fight our instincts. Our guts fight our desires, our guts fight our mind, our guts fight our hearts, but our gut always knows. But our gut is like a mask. Sometimes it protects you, sometimes it gets pulled down. And when it's pulled down, it can be pulled down by the wrong person. And you have to stay focused enough to pay attention to know what's happening. And I'm relating this right now to a first or second date. Okay, with someone. You meet someone online, you're talking. And Christine, just stop me at any time because I'm going to keep going.
That's fine. That's fine.
I
agree with what you're saying. I don't. That is when we choose to ignore our gut. Sometimes we choose to ignore our gut.
I've been there 100 times, 100,000 times. I don't even know. We've all been there.
Yeah.
You don't trust your gut. You meet somebody, you're attracted to them. Oh, this is great.
You want it to work.
You want it to work. You're right. How many conversations have we had?
Yeah.
You go out with them. You initially see this person. Your first instinct, your first gut says one thing, but you still move over to that bar or that restaurant or that cafe, wherever you may be, and you have a drink. And next thing you know, you get relaxed, but now you become anxious because your gut is now kind of parting of the seas. Now you're attracted to this person for the wrong reasons. That's where the wool gets pulled over. Right? The wool, the mask gets pulled down. You're letting your guard down. Okay. So now you're hanging out, you're drinking, you're doing your thing, and Now you're like, oh, this is your emotions, your endorphins, your desires are taking over. You're not listening to your gut. Your gut's here. It's telling you. You know it's wrong. You know if your grandmother or your mother or your father were sitting right next to you, they'd be saying no. But you're still going for it because you're not listening to your gut.
It's just like
Why?
when you have the angel and the devil on either shoulder.
Absolutely, positively. Why do we do this? It's all scientific. It's all scientific. It's all biological makeup. Biological makeup, now I'm no scientist. I'm no relation. I am definitely no relationship guru. But I got a lot of good things to say. Not as much as you, but you sure, you nail a lot of stuff. Your gut has got to feel. You've got to feel relaxed. It's got to make you feel safe. You meet somebody, you go out the first time. If you're on edge and you're not feeling like comfy, cozy, something's not right.
Right.
You've got to feel relaxed. Your gut, your inners. It's like taking that first sip of whiskey, if you're a whiskey drinker or whatever you drink. It goes down nice and easy in your body's. That's how it's got to feel. You know what I'm saying? It's got to feel real. And so many people don't listen to their guts. They go out and they try to create because their wants want so badly, okay, for that right person or that situation, no matter what it is, whether it be buying a car, okay, you want it so bad, that new car, and you buy the wrong car because you're rushing. You're sitting with that person and you're rushing through it. You're not paying attention. You're not letting your gut process to your brain or your heart to feel it. You're just getting all caught up in the wrong emotions. I know you just had a thought there, so.
Oh, I was just thinking, also what about when we try to reshape people into our mold because we're like,
part of it. That's part of it too.
Yeah, because you're almost there. You're almost there, and you just coax them towards what you want, and you're so patient. You're like, maybe next week it's gonna get a little bit better.
The problem is when you're calm, when your gut is calm, and you're feeling good, and you're talking to a person, your gut can process. Okay, it doesn't hear the noises in the background. It doesn't get distracted by your emotions, by your desires. It focuses. Like your gut and your brain communicate it. It cuts out the heart and the man or woman parts. You know what I'm saying? It cuts those things out.
Yeah, in an ideal world, you make all these decisions early on because there's no emotional attachment yet. The only thing you have to deal with is the idealistic thoughts that maybe you've attached to hopefulness and the possibilities of this person, and usually that's because of their looks. You think they fit into your life, they fit that mold of the person you always imagined yourself with, and unfortunately it's probably more common that when we find that person who aesthetically fits our mold, oh yeah, I've always imagined myself with someone like that, they are not our person.
Aesthetically.
And typically they're not our person because that's not what we're supposed to be looking for. It's other things, and you're going to want them to fit. You're going to want them to fit in your mold. You're going to be like, no. You really, 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 really look like the woman or the man I always wanted. So we're going to work.
Gut is the most trustworthy thing you have. It's the most trustworthy. I don't want to say organ. Most, your gut saying no, but your bodily parts and your brain and your heart's like, yeah, that's what I want. And
your
you're not
saying
paying attention. You're not
every morning. Your gut's like, that was not fun last night. That was not good yesterday.
And the difference. We've talked about this a million times. When it feels right or it doesn't feel right. If your gut, I'm looking back and forth at a teleprompter because I'm trying to get some people's comments on here. All right, and so bear with me a moment. And there we go. We got before I continue, we got a lot of new people on today. We got Alphonse Giglio, first time. Alphonse, welcome to the big show.
Is this on Facebook?
He's on Facebook, so that's where I'm going back and forth.
Okay.
And I also have my notes. I have a lot of notes this time, but Rhonda Reedy's there. Danielle Morrow from Italy. Danielle Morrow, all the way from Italy. Rhonda Reedy and Dawn Murray is on. Dawn Murray, thank you. Everybody, a lot of people listening. Uh, Giovanna, Rachel, Joey Viscuso, a lot of people are watching. So
You
let
know
me go
what's
back
funny?
and
So I'm sorry. Were you done with talking to
no,
people?
no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just going to say what's funny is, everything that you're talking about, how that we were talking about, how we can like kind of get lost in aesthetics usually. Oh my God, that person really looks like what I wanted, and so
Keyword.
we
I like the way you say that. I know you're from Indiana and I'm from New Jersey. You're like aesthetics.
yeah, I'm from
We say
California.
aesthetics. You say aesthetics. Well, you're
Yeah.
right on point with that. Aesthetics.
Exactly. But here's the thing. As much as we try to make some remake somebody who looks good to us into fitting into our life, we try to, they don't communicate the way we want, or whatever the thing is that they don't, there are things usually that they don't do that fit with us. We try to remake them or coax them into being more like how we expected them to be. But the same thing goes for when they do not look aesthetically like we thought we wanted. So when we find somebody and they, we're semi attracted, or maybe we're slightly interested, but the other part, the gut,
Right.
not the heart, not the hormones.
The anatomy. Let's
Yeah.
call it the anatomy.
Okay, but the gut is saying, um that person is for you. That person's for you, and and in your heart saying, "Oh no, 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 no! This person over here who looks really good and yummy is for me." And your gut saying, "Absolutely not! This person is your person." And you fight it. You fight it because they don't look the way you wanted them to look, and too many people fall into that.
I noticed that, if you trust your gut, okay, if you really, really trust your gut and not your anatomy and not your state, what you think, okay, so to speak, a real relationship, your gut, from the word go, you're going to feel safe. You're going to feel calm. There's going to be reciprocity. You're going to be able to communicate well together. You're going to feel stable. Okay. You're going to feel stable, and you're going to be
It's going to feel
curious.
right.
Your curiosities are going to be at ease. You'll be able to communicate, like all the things you've talked about, checking
Yeah.
your boxes, asking the questions, which we go back and forth on, but all of that will be at ease. It will
Right.
be easy.
Right.
Okay.
And
So,
Chris is right. You have to give people a chance, absolutely. But if your gut is hardcore telling you you need to walk away from this, you need to listen to your gut. There may be a reason. It could be, I mean, who the heck knows what? It could be a matter of safety. Don't ignore your gut just because somebody has dreamy eyes. If your gut is screaming at you to leave this situation, this person is not someone you want to be around, then do it.
well, now here's the thing. Many, many, many of us, all of us have made this made this mistake. Okay. I'll say mistakes because you've probably done it many times. We are taking intuition and letting our primal feelings override that. Okay? Listen, let's go back 2,000 years ago. Humans, from what we know of, besides, depending on your religion, science, whatever, besides the creation of God making us, okay, the history of life between apes and mammals and dinosaurs are primal. It's in us. Now, if you're a Christian, okay, I'm not going to get into religion. You believe that God created all of that at one point. Okay, so all of that is trickled down into what we are evolved into today.
Yeah.
So you can't have a relationship be fantasy driven. You can't have a relationship go fast. You can't have a relationship be urgent. I need this now. Listen, you can't. We've all made this mistake. You can't be impulsive. You can't be impulsive. An impulsive situation could be like, let's have a few drinks. I want this person. Bang, I'm taking you home tonight. Where does that actually go?
And that's where, what Chrissy's saying is true. It's true. What I said about don't ignore your gut is true also. I was just being hyperbole, I was being a little extreme to say, especially with women have a tendency to get a little, what Mike calls it, Twitter pated, when they're around somebody that fits their, well, men do too, where somebody fits their mold aesthetically they're gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I really, really, really would love that to be my person. And they miss all the red flags. They don't listen to their gut, and possibly it's a matter of safety. It's like,
Well, that's the thing. But see, that's where you're wrong. Not you. I'm saying people are wrong. First of all, Nancy, welcome. Thank you for being a top fan. You're a top fan on Facebook. Thank you so much. Safety is what you need to feel in your gut
right,
if you're with this person.
right, exactly.
You need to feel that safety. You need to feel grounded, calm, clear focus. But we'll go way back into the archives of our show. Players. Okay. Players.
Yeah.
Okay. Narcissists. Outright bullshitters, people that just don't just
love bomb and all the stuff.
And all that love bomb and gaslight and all this stuff.
Yeah.
They easily can pull the wool over your head. Easily. Pull that mask down. Not only pull it down, rip it off.
Yeah.
And you feel, and they're almost, they have this like kinetic power to control your gut, make you feel all those things, and it's wrong. You got to be stronger than that, people.
You're usually missing red flags because you're so consumed with the adoration that they're throwing at you,
and that person knows they got what it takes. They know they're good looking, or they're this, or they're that.
They're a master manipulator, and they get off on making a man or a woman fall in love with them, go absolutely insane for them, and then they walk away. And this happens.
This overwhelming feeling that you get that they know what they're doing. Like you have to have them. Your desires are there. But let me ask you a question. Why do people need to do this? Why do people? Is it insecurity?
You mean the bad guy?
The bad guy.
But it's a sometimes it's an outright mental condition. Other times it is, a power thing, a power exchange. They want to have that power over you. They get off on it. And sometimes it probably does come from a place of insecurities and low self-esteem.
It does.
Yeah.
But there's, I urge every one of you. Now, Christine is in a relationship, and I urge myself as well. I'm not in a relationship. I'm single. So, if I'm looking back and forth because I only keep telling you that because way back when people were like, Chris, you're looking too much at the screens and you're doing it, but I'm paying attention to everything. It's almost like it's a studio audience and I'm looking at you, So, you have to go on to a date with an open mind, be excited, be ready, have fun, but have your check-ins, your checklist. We're not checking boxes. I mean, Christine and I, we go back and forth on that. I'm not so keen on the checking boxes.
I don't check boxes. I have 3 priorities that I will not.
Okay, that's fine.
I won't go without in my life ever again.
That's fine, and that's okay. That's nothing.
So do you, Chris. So do you. We discovered that.
We know I do. But the first thing is ask yourself, and you may not know immediately. Let the date come to fruition. When you get there, first off, when you say hello, trust your first instinct. Your first instinct, go with that immediate feeling, but just wait a little bit, sway it, make sure your gut is in line with your mind and your body and everything is out.
Yeah, don't run away.
Then, as you progress, do you feel comfortable? Am I myself? Am I trying to be something I'm not? Am I trying to act like something I'm not? Am I drinking more than I normally would? Or am I eating differently than I normally would? What am I doing? Okay. Am I nervous? Am I not calm? Am I edgy in my own, maybe they don't see it in myself?
And sometimes you could be feeling all those things because you just have a good old fashioned case of nerves.
No,
so you give it a little bit of time.
With that. I was hoping you would say something I disagree with.
I've been there. So,
But I still feel.
Although, you know what, Chris? You know what's funny? Because this is going to totally support that you disagree with my thoughts. Because when I met Mike, I wasn't apprehensive. I wasn't anxious. As a matter of fact, I was just like, I'm going to go. I'm going to have a drink with this guy. I'm going to sit and have a nice evening. And then I'm going to go home and I'm probably never going to see him again. I really didn't care. which for all the reasons that I told you, the reasons, that he was playing the long game, and I had gotten to a point where I decided he had friend zoned me and I had friend zoned him. So I didn't even know why we were going out. So I was totally calm, no nerves whatsoever. And, I've been tons of nervous on previous dates. And I mean, the truth is none of them were right for me.
Right. Listen,
so the argument could be, huh?
Been there, done that 100 times.
Yeah.
It gets old. It gets old. But one of the other pieces of advice, this whole portion for me is about, I wish, what's her name was on, not Karen.
Donna?
Who?
Donna?
No, the woman that's always saying that she went on dates and that I was talking to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, one of the most important things is if you go out on a date and you feel comfortable, your gut says maybe, watch this person's actions. And what I mean by that is, how do they treat the server?
Oh, absolutely.
How do they do they tip well? Do they order for you? Are they conscious of your whatever? Watch their actions. Don't just get caught up in the
and make sure that they're exhibiting traits that you enjoy. Some women wouldn't want a man that is dominant enough to want to order for her, but that's okay. That's okay. You need to recognize those things and say, yeah, that's not for me. That you don't have to not date him because of it, but it's something that you're gonna like.
It may be early to say this, but you're gonna know right away. Do you like who you are when you're sitting at that table or bar or wherever with them? That very moment. That's going to happen fast. It's going to happen fast. You're going to feel it or not feel it. Am I wrong?
I mean, I don't think it's that clear cut, but it should be, and it's definitely something we should be paying attention to.
Okay, but if you get there, okay, and you're getting these primal feelings, it's fast, it's intense, you're impulsive, you're driven, you're disconnected from the compatibility. You're just looking at them as this person that I can see on my arm, and you lose all conceptualization. Is that a word? All concept of what really is or could be.
Right. So you're not looking at it with clear eyes.
And that's what I feel is happening more and more today. To go back to what we were saying, new divorcees haven't been out in 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Just out of a relationship, whatever.
Making bad decisions.
Yes. Wanting somebody so bad that you're just like, it's fast and furious. I want you. I'm getting you. Tonight is your mine. And we
know really somebody that did that. Yeah.
Talk to, and now that person that we just talked about, that bad person, can feel that coming from your gut. They're going to prey on that shit like a lion. A lion and its prey, they're gonna get you. No pun intended. I'm wearing a lion's claws, but they're gonna get you. Yeah, they're gonna get you because
that's what they look for.
And they're gonna look for it. You're gonna wind up betting down with this person or making poor decisions and more emotional mess in your head.
Yeah.
And I feel that again, you got to feel calm. You got to be yourself. You got to be truthful. You got to feel emotional excitement, not primal excitement. Feel the emotional excitement. Let the primal excitement build in the background. It's like layers. When you're making a computer program, it's layers.
And I'm a little bit of a different kind of person, and not everybody is like me. I admit readily that I am unique.
When it comes to, all right.
But having said that, while most of the people that watch this or listen to this podcast fall more within the line of your conservativeness, there are still some people out there who fall within my uniqueness. And for people like me who want to feel that energy and that primal desire right out the gate, because I want to know it's there, have to learn, because what you say is true. You can't lead with that. You really can't. Now your timeline might be shorter than a conservative person's, and that's fine. But you need to have, even if you're a person that moves fast, because maybe that person aligns with you and is the same way as you, which again is unique. So when people like us find somebody who aligns with us, we tend to be like, okay, this doesn't happen very often. And for me, it's never in my entire life happened. So and that didn't make me jump on the whole Mike thing and be like, oh, done, but he definitely had my attention. He was ready to just that the same day he met me, he was ready to freaking just be done with anybody else and call me his. But you can't do that. You have to, even if you are like that, you have to control that, and you have to have some dates, have some conversations, make sure that what you're feeling is true. Make sure it's not more the primal stuff than the compatibility stuff. All the same stuff applies. You're just probably going to be on a little bit of an accelerated timeline compared to a conservative.
Here's the other thing. Now, there's two things I want to cover. I want to say to what I said before. I mean, you're spot on. This is a great conversation. Addictive personalities. I'm going to touch back on that in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna. But Dawn Murray. I apologize. I'm going back between all these prompters because not everyone yet is gone to YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
So please forgive me if I look like I'm not listening or I'm looking here. I'm trying to.
Hey guys, if you want to make sure that your stuff does not get missed, come over to YouTube and get in the chat room, because that's what we see right away.
Right. Exactly. Immediately. So Dawn
Hi, Donna.
What are my 3 priorities? Okay. So Dawn, my 3
and it doesn't have to be 3, but whatever. What's your priorities?
My priorities, exactly. I mean, she said 3, I guess, but my priorities are,
I say 3.
Compassion, okay, affection, and I'm going to put physical attraction, physical touch, all that into one. That's a priority, but that's the last of the priorities. Why are you shaking your head?
Because you haven't even said the one that is so important to you.
I thought I maybe I did, and you didn't say it right. All right, co-host, tell me I'm all you know me.
Okay, say them again.
Affection.
Okay,
compassion,
affection.
Loyalty, and respect.
Okay. The one thing that really, affection is big for you. There's 2 things. 2 things that are massively important to you and you have to have. One is affection.
Right. I said that.
And one is communication.
Communication. Right. I said that. You know what? To me, you're right. And Christine's not correcting me. She's just helping me because
he knows that communication.
I know. We talk about this all the time. When I said those 4 things, communication goes without saying. Okay?
He probably throws communication in with affection.
I do. Well, no,
Yeah.
I throw communication in with respect and compassion and whatever. I throw it in there, the whole salad.
But it's actually its own separate thing because it is a big part of a relationship. It needs its own little slot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Donna, you're absolutely right. Stay in your lane. Follow your gut. You find real people that are not looking. Yep. I'm going to put this up. I should have did that.
100%, Donna. That's what we're saying.
Says,
don't be swayed by looks.
People that are not looking for, that are not everything. So find people that are not everything. What do you mean?
No,
everything?
Find real people. Looks are not everything.
Oh, looks are not. I'm sorry. Looks are not everything.
Yes,
you're absolutely right. However,
100%.
I'm going to tell you this: looks are not everything. And I'll fight this all day long.
Well, because sometimes it's not even a look that you're attracted to. You might get a vibe from them when you walk past them. You hear them talking or something, and it might not be a look at all. So looks are definitely not everything.
But something has to attract you.
That's right.
Whether it's the law of attraction. You have to, whether it be the eyes, whether it be a vibe you got, whether it be
a conversation.
What
they do for a living, even. I mean, seriously, it's got to be.
And it's funny because you also cannot deem and stereotype somebody immediately. Okay?
I know where you're going.
Listen,
DJs.
I know you know where I'm going. That's why we do this thing together. So listen, I'm in the entertainment business 38 years. Okay? Do you know how many times, just recently I've heard, you're in the spotlight. And this podcast is not helping it, I'll tell you that.
Right.
So, but anyway, it's fun. It's how many times I hear, oh, you're in the spotlight. You're this, you're that, you like this, you like that. You know, it's wrong. Don't judge a person. I do my job for the most part. I go home. I don't partake in the scene that much. I would like to. There's a lot of beautiful people out there I like to get to know and hang out with, but I don't, because I like to come home and stay in my own little cocoon with my people, without my people, whatever. And people judge too quickly.
They do.
You know?
I've been judged the same way because of what I've been doing for the last 5 years. And men didn't want to date me once they got to know me. And I don't mean got to know me, but you know, they think they get to know me. And they decide that I'm too what? I don't want to say, well, kind of in the public eye, but it's not really the public eye. It's because I spend every day talking to people. And so I'm exposed to men constantly.
Me as well. Women, who comes to me for what I do? Women.
Right. And for me, when it comes to sexuality and relationships, it's mostly men that I talk to. It's mostly men that have the issues and that they want to talk about it. Women tend to keep that stuff pretty closed up inside them. They're not out there for the most part saying, hey, what do you think about this? They just aren't. They may listen in the shadows, but they don't typically just come out and talk. But men do. So I have been surrounded by men 24/7 for years.
And that's where people's insecurities come in. And that's what I'm saying. I want a strong person. I want a person that's going to let me know, even though I need to let them know. I want to feel safe. I want to feel that I know you are confident and comfortable with me and know I'm real and I'm true. But
yeah, it's like, you're worried about me. Let's talk about you too, you know,
because you're so worried about me. How do I know what you're going to do? You might wake up one day and be like, screw this guy, I'm out of here for no reason. And it's happened. It's happened. You know?
Yes, Donna, that's true.
Donna says something else good here. Open the door for you, say thank. Right. All the chivalry. I believe in chivalry. I will forever open the door for that girl, whoever's getting in my car, because it's the right thing to do. It's letting her know that, hey, you're safe with me. Come in. I'm closing the door for you. You know.
I wish Mike was awake, because Mike does everything. He is the most considerate man I've ever met. And he does, I mean, oh my gosh, the stuff that he does for me, that he's constantly thinking about me, but he doesn't open my door. He does not. It's the one thing he doesn't do. It's weird. And I told him too. I'm like,
well, you know what? I will be honest with you. I'm going to defend him, and then I'm going to bring it to a different level, this conversation. Okay. I'm going to defend Mike because I grew up overall Italian. Okay. Anybody who watched The Bronx Tale, the Sonny Rule. Okay. The Sonny Rule is, if she gets in that car, if she don't open that door for you, you dump her, and you dump her fast. Okay. It's funny, but it's true. You open the door for her. Now, today it's different. You can't lean over, pull the lever. You got to have the clicker. But, you know, the least she could do is maybe attempt to whatever. I believe in that. I will always believe in that. And that's the way it should be. However, you know, how do you decide if it's your gut or just desire, your primal desire? You know, I feel that you need to measure the feeling in your body.
Yeah. Okay? You should be able to.
It's like a micrometer in your gut, in your stomach, going up and down. You know, it's if the feelings are in your parts and in your
what, Chris? In your what?
Parts, what? And in your hands, and your desires, like now, like you want to take this person and go under the table, on the bar, get him in the bathroom, whatever. Wrong.
Right.
Could be right,
And
wrong.
from my perspective, it's okay that you feel that way, but that better not be your action.
But the problem
You
is,
shelf that. You shelf that, and you look
but
for the
people
other
don't know
things.
how to shelf it.
I know. That's what I'm
Desire,
saying. Look,
desire. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
there are people. More people are like you, okay, but there are people like me who they look for that as well. And those people, you know who you are. You need to learn self-control. You need to be aware of your weaknesses. You need to know that what you need in a person is that you do need to feel that way about them immediately, but you
Yes.
need to shelf it until you
Yes.
make sure that the other important things are met and
Yes.
there.
Yes.
And if you can't do that, then you know what? You get the
I
bad
agree.
relationships you get.
I agree. I got to stop for a minute because I want to welcome Dana Curcio, which I didn't do before, and Mary Pierpont, Russell Barraro, rather. He's a good friend of mine. We were in Aruba together. Russell is his first time on. Nancy's on. Joanne Zatolo Del Vecchio, a.k.a. Jazz, is in the house, along with Dawn. They know each other. Joseph Sembler. Joe, my man Joe. Joe was in Aruba. Never met Joe a day in my life until Aruba. Joe's now on. Joe and his beautiful fiance. I hope they're doing well. Joe was in sanitation. Let's just leave it at that.
All
right, Joe.
From New York or New
he's
Jersey?
In New York. Yes, he is. New York.
I know what that means,
but
Joe.
I'll tell you, Joe's a stand-up guy. I tell you, Rhonda Reedy's in the house. Daniel Moore, I told you about that. And Alphonse Giglio. Now, okay. You need to check for urgency and check for clarity. Okay? Your urgency, if your intuition is saying, I want you, but I'm going to pay attention and take my time, and then your desire creates that confusion, you need to back up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. No? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You have to, your gut parallels your intuition. Okay. You're not dumb.
We have a gut for a reason. We have a gut for a reason.
Needy.
And your gut is just like any other muscle. I know it's not a muscle, but it is a muscle.
It is a muscle.
You got to use it.
Yes, it is. Your gut is a muscle, and your intuition is a muscle, whether it be physically or a makeup. It's a muscle that needs to be exercised correctly, because if you do it wrong, you're going to damage it. It's going to be a problem. Okay.
Right.
So now, if your desire with this person, you're talking to this person, and again, you're focusing on their body, you're focusing on their lips, you're focusing on all this other stuff, instead of what they're saying. Ask yourself a question. You're in the middle of a conversation, and I've been there. Go back and repeat. Can you repeat what that person just said to you?
Right.
What that entire conversation was about. Do you know what that person just said? You could have asked that person, how do you feel about having children? They could have given you an entire dissertation, which might have been bullshit because they were trying to gaslight you, and you were just too caught up in the wrong emotions on them.
And that's what I was talking about. For people who, intimacy is high up on their priority list, they need to be very self-aware, and they need to know that's important. That might be one of your important things, but it needs to be set aside for tonight. You can acknowledge it. You can acknowledge it and say, oh, yeah. The connection's there. The physical attraction is there. Okay, put that aside. No problem. Now let's concentrate on the questions and the getting to know each other.
If you got to ask yourself this question, even so, if your gut's all twisted up and your body's getting butterflies and you want to just dare, okay, ask yourself a question, okay? Look at that person. Look them in the eyes. Like I can see you right now. Like everybody can see me. Look them in the eyes, okay? And say, if that desire, that primal sexual instinct desire was gone, not there.
That's right.
You,
right. That's why I'm saying that's why you have to acknowledge the attraction. That's fine. Acknowledge it and put it aside and make sure you like that person.
And I'm going to say something else. You remember that millionaire thing. Can I call a friend? Can I have a lifeline?
Yeah.
Call a friend. Trust your circle.
Well,
Listen
yeah,
to
if you're
them.
having any difficulties, and even if you're not, you just might think that you just might be the kind of person that maybe you've made bad choices in the past. There is no problem with trusting your
Nobody
circle.
knows you better than your circle, than your
Right.
closest people.
And some people,
Let
their
them help
circle is
you.
their
Let
family.
them.
You know, whoever it is, whoever your people are, allow them to meet your your date. Um, don't just feed them full of stuff about your date because that's biased. You let them meet that person and spend a little bit of time with them, and they're going to, if they're your friends, if they're your family, if they love you, they're going to be honest and they're going to tell you whether they see you together or not. And if not, they're going to be able to back up why. And it should make sense to you.
And
They're going to be able to point the stuff out
here's a
that you're not
strike
seeing.
and a positive. You've already gotten a strike if you're just primal. You see this person and you're going right from screw my gut right to primal. Okay? But how do you protect yourself from the primal desire to gut led decisions, to something that's going to say, my gut wants this. My gut is telling me it's okay. But there could be two very good decisions going on. There could be a good gut and there could be a primal desire. How do you do that?
And there should be. You don't have to acknowledge all that primal stuff. And some people don't have that. Some people never do. Some people live and die and never feel that kind of passion, and that's okay. If that's who you are, that's okay. Hell, there's some people that are asexual. So, there's a whole spectrum of people out there. You know who you are and you know what it should feel like, and you need to follow your gut.
Now, hold on. I'm getting
And Donna,
another. I'm
Donna,
getting.
you
I'm going.
are Donna, you are definitely, I mean, I get what you're saying, totally 100%. I agree that it can happen like that. There are people out there that are not that way. But
Okay, now, but Donna, I'm gonna semi-combat that, but not really. First off, PC Sega, remember her from last week? All right, she said, and she only knows how to get on this text, is no one knows you better than yourself. So, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Yes, you expect too much from the first few dates. However, Donna, your gut knows what it wants. The heart knows what it wants. Now, I'm not always saying it's right. It's not always right. But once you decipher intelligently, what was that emotional intelligence that we talked about last week? Is it primal or is it real? Or is it primal real? Okay? Most likely, if it's real, it's going to turn primal. But you got to have the real first. So,
but again, only like she said, only you know you. Don't expect something out of yourself that you know isn't realistic. Be you, look for the things that are important to you. Pay attention to you and what you want. Right now, it really is all about you. Now in this relationship, at the beginning of this possible relationship is the time that you're supposed to be selfish and you're supposed to just think about you. And I'm not saying that. I mean, it's that's sort of counterintuitive. I mean, yes, by acknowledging, hey, I'm not right for you. Okay. You're protecting yourself. You're saying, I know who I am and you're not right for me and I'm not right
and
for
that
you.
I would respect somebody more times than few if they just said that. Listen,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for the memories. See ya. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you. Be
Wouldn't
well.
that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, right. So I think that, you really need to put everything into perspective. You need to have what many people in my circle have said, some Chris time, some personal time.
Yeah.
Figure yourself out. What is important to me? What do I want? What do I need? Where am I going?
Yeah.
Then maybe manifest your person, manifest your situation. I mean, some people may believe in manifestation, some people may not. I do believe if you manifest things, it will come to you. So it's a matter of doing that and knowing who you are. Observe yourself. Uh, Hold on, I'm answering a text so I can bring it on.
Okay. We wait with bated breath. What are they saying?
So uh, I'm going to adjust this a little bit, but you can't. PC Sega says you can't find answers in a book, meaning you can't. There's no direct definitive answer. Life lessons teach us. We've all had the ups, we've all had the downs, we've all made the mistakes. So if you can listen to what we're saying tonight, okay? If you can listen to what we're saying and you can grasp and conceptualize, extrapolate from it whatever you want, okay, whatever's important to you, and take your life lessons and add them together, you might be okay. You might
Yeah,
be
and
okay.
it's like they say when you have a baby. It's like, damn, I wish this baby came with a book to tell you how to take care of it. It's the same thing with your life. There's
Right? Anything.
and the best what laid plans. You know what they say. And so you shouldn't ever go into any of these situations with expectations beyond knowing who you are and what you're capable of giving and what you desire to receive.
Now,
And all you should expect from yourself is the ability to recognize these things and walk away if you need to, or have another date if you need to.
I'm going to bring us back to a sort of 2 weeks ago when we're talking about dating multiple people.
Yeah.
Okay. One line only. I don't want to get too far into that. Okay. If your gut and your desire points you to one, this is the definitive answer. If your gut and your desire and your primal ability, are we keeping you awake?
Yeah, I think so.
Listen,
I'm listening.
I'm
I'm listening to Mike snore behind me, and I'm like, oof.
Listen, that's all TMI. But if your gut and your desire, your primal desire, your whatever desire, and your gut and your intuition lead you to the same person, don't look back. Go. Focus. Say thank you for the memories to the other person and move on. So whether you're on 1 day, 2 days dating, 2 persons, 3 persons, whatever, you gotta bring it home. You gotta drive it home.
True. Yeah.
What? But it is possible for someone to trick your instincts. We know this.
Of course.
We know
and but that just goes back to what we always say. It's a risk. Life is a risk. If you're going to participate in life, it's a risk.
Your gut, listen, just like your computer, your gut can get hijacked.
Yeah.
The right people know how to do that. Okay. Like PC Sega said, the books have someone else's lessons. Okay.
Yeah, but do not underestimate what you can take away from other people's lessons.
Well,
the wisdom of other people's lives is something that you cannot put a value on.
I have to agree with you on that. PC Sega, you need to learn. You can learn from things you read to educate you and build your gut and your knowledge a little bit more. It may be something stupid. It doesn't. I'm not saying go ahead.
No, Chris, all I was going to say was if that were not true, there wouldn't be shows like this where people are willing to share experiences so that you can listen to it and go, okay, that doesn't apply to me, but oh, that's an interesting little nugget I hadn't thought about, or oh my gosh, I never saw that happen to somebody. Wow, that happened.
It's people helping people.
Yeah.
It's the right, it's informative. You go to a doctor to figure out why I'm coughing. You go to a doctor to get your prostate checked because you need that second opinion. You may know what you feel, but you need someone to validate and help you with that. A little extra, it's all we're saying is we're not saying read the books to define you. We're saying read the books to help it instill what you feel.
Yeah, you should never
look at the podcast or whatever.
Yeah, you should never look at another person's experiences in life and just want to emulate them 100%. It doesn't work like that. It's your life. There's nothing wrong with listening to it and getting inspired or making you think about things or triggering a memory. Nothing wrong with any of that. But don't expect, and where PC is right, do not expect to listen to other people's experiences and have your life figured out. It doesn't work that way.
But trust yourself is
Yeah.
what I think she's getting at. Is no one can dictate to you except your own experiences and your own gut. So again, it boils down to gut. Your gut can be hijacked. You got to look at this person. You got to look at their patterns. You've got to look at their tone, their consistency. You know, their body languages. Are they looking? Are they focused on you? You know, their emotional cues. Are they?
Yeah.
Are they feeling you? Are they making you feel good? Are they with you? Are they not with you? And you know what? The funny thing is, I've been on dates and I've been chastised for that, for paying too much attention and being too much of a gentleman. And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm saying, girls, sometimes but that means that's not the right person.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So,
And yes,
you know,
I understand that. You know, some people.
it's not a failure. It's just psychology. It's humanality.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
You said I said you froze. What'd you say?
What?
What'd you just say?
What did I say?
I don't know. You said
I
something.
agreed with you. I think.
You know, your gut. Your gut and your intuition is like a hard drive. It's not wrong. It just doesn't have enough data yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Your primal is like the virus that's taken over the gut. Okay. So get your Windows Defender in there to stop it and defrag everything. That makes sense. I'm trying to put it in modern day terms.
You're putting it in techie talk. Anybody that doesn't
Techie
get
talk.
computers won't know what you're talking about. But yes.
You know, if somebody is too emotionally intensive too early, what's their goal? What's their end goal? What are they trying to do?
Yeah. And you know, usually that is a red flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not 100% of the time. Some people are just,
But some people take that for weakness too.
Yeah.
You know, if you're emotionally consistent from the beginning and have true desires and you have warmth and attention and you give validation to that person, some people scare away. Some people don't know how to take it.
Very much so.
Your gut's telling you go, and then when that person runs, what do you do?
But see, that's because but that's not your person. When you are that person who you're describing, who's emotionally charged up and secure and knows exactly what they want and they like to go for it and all of that stuff. If they meet somebody and somebody looks at them and says, "You're too much," and they run away, let them run away. It goes.
They run away.
Yes.
That's not the person. That's not your person.
It's not your person, and there is someone out there. It's just like what Donna's saying. Donna, there is somebody out there who's going to fit what you're looking for, and you're going to finally, be sitting there across the table from somebody going, "Oh, what a breath of fresh air. He's not doing this and he's not doing that, and he's just doing what I like." It'll happen. And the same thing for the person who is so ready for passion. That person may not be for you, but one day you're going to meet somebody who's going to respond to the way you are, and that's the person.
Yeah, but somebody, you got to be careful that person responding isn't mirroring you, isn't doing that, what do they call it, love bombing. That's where your gut comes in. If they're trying to just match your energy and be you.
Wait, yeah. What if you got the guy? I think that's what if the guy chooses the person whose gut does not choose you. Okay, so
wait a minute, can I read that too? What if your guy chooses the person whose gut does not choose you?
Yeah, I think what she's saying is, what if you pick somebody, your gut says you're for me, but his gut doesn't agree. His gut doesn't pick you. His gut's like, no.
How do you know? Well, the guy just didn't pick you. He disappeared.
Well, but it happens. What? It happens. How many times have you heard about, unrequited love? How many times have you heard about the guy who, falls in love with the married woman? I mean, it happens all the time. It happens. And that's the risk that we take, when we meet people, that we're going to, there's even songs that are written about it. I finally met the man of my dreams, Alanis Morissette. Then I met his beautiful wife.
Fooled around and fell in love.
Yeah, but it happens where there will be times in your life where you develop feelings towards someone and you think, man, I think that person's my person. And then you find out for whatever reason, they're not, or they don't choose you. And the thing is, it doesn't change the way you feel about them. And that is heartbreaking, but it happens. And you have to accept it and move on. It happens. It happens. It's sad that it happened to you, but you got to believe them when they say it, because it's going to be way more heartbreaking if you try to hang on to something that they've already said isn't happening. Walk away and keep looking. Yeah, it happens. What if your gut chooses? It doesn't matter if your gut chooses. Your gut can choose him until the day you die. If that man does not want you, it's not happening. And that's what I'm saying. You need to accept it and walk away, because as heartbreaking as it is that your gut is just absolutely convinced that that man is for you, he doesn't agree. It happens. It's happened throughout history.
It happens all the time.
Yes.
It's happened to me many a times. And you know what? You can't, although your ego and your emotions take over your gut at that point, you got to have
True.
the strength to say, whoa, wait a minute, chill out, and say, okay, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And, Nancy, your husband was like that, going back to the chivalry and all that. That's why you married him. That was your gut. He was the man for you. So when you feel it, go with it. And unfortunately, Abby, it's not always right. One gut doesn't always agree with the other gut.
And that doesn't mean that your gut is wrong or defective.
No.
It just means, what has happened throughout history to many, 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 many people. You felt like somebody was a great catch, and they probably are, but they were already caught. Or
you've got to protect yourself.
Or they're just not interested.
And protect yourself.
It is sad. It's hard to imagine when you think somebody is so right for you that they don't feel that way. It's really hard. How can I feel this way? How can I feel so certain and so perfect with you, yet you don't feel it? But it happens.
I'll tell you what, Christine, let me see if you agree about this, because everybody is so animated, involved in this conversation. What do you think next week we talk about rejection?
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, it's actually a really good topic, because a lot of people go overboard. They hang on too long. It's heartbreaking. It's sad. It's very nuanced and deep, and yeah.
I gotta tell you, P. Sega said, when did dating and falling in love get so complicated? You want to know why it became so complicated? She goes, you need to go back to the old-fashioned ways. Guess women's lib isn't working to anyone's benefit. I know what she means by that. Now, women's lib, women should definitely go out, make a life, stand on their own 2 feet, I'm not going to get involved in that. I support the success of a woman, persevering in a career and doing whatever. However, I'm not chauvinistic. I'm not anything of that type. My feeling is, your man should take care of the woman. The man should, I'm not saying the woman should take care of. There's things that a woman can do for a man,
yes,
that a man cannot do for a woman.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and vice versa. That's why it works.
Yeah.
Falling in love should not be complicated. It should be a simple factor of your gut and your heart. The primal comes. That's just natural.
But your
heart.
That's also
your gut match.
That's also one of the litmus tests for whether it's right or not, is whether it's easy, whether you fall head over heels over time because it just seems so simple, or whether you fight tooth and nail to try to get someone to fall in love with you, or whether you fight tooth and nail just to try to like each other. Those other scenarios. If it's not easy, what are you doing? Your
gut isn't wrong.
No.
It always finds the truth. You just got to give it time. Learn how to separate primal from gut, from instincts, and your job is to give the situation enough time. Don't get caught up. Everything is beautiful in the beginning. I get this new car. It smells great. It drives great. You know, and then what? A year from now, trust your gut. Take the time necessary. You know?
Yeah, just as you should still love your new car a year later, you should still love your boyfriend or girlfriend a year later.
Absolutely. And progress gradually. Take
Yeah.
your car to the car wash, clean it, nurture it, change the
I
oil.
need to do that.
Take your lover to a movie, have a dinner, enjoy each other.
Nurture,
Nurture the nurture.
nurture and grow.
That being said, that time is up. That
It
went
is.
fast.
It went fast.
That went fast. I want to special thanks to Beach Buddha Coffee, beachbuddhacoffee.com, and Piccolini Pins for our sponsors tonight. Putting a couple steaks on our table so we can eat. You can go on piccolinipins.com and beachbuddhacoffee.com. Christine has a couple of other podcasts that you might want to join. All right. You can tell them about that, Christine.
I do. You know what? I will just leave it at that.
How about they go on to your personal site and check them out?
That's what I was trying to think. How could I?
Go on to Christine Martin on Facebook, and and she'll. No, it's not there. Was it the honey?
No, guys. You know, I'm just going to leave it at this because this is on the podcast. So, if you're interested to know what I'm up to, send me an email.
There you go. There you go. Real talk at Christine.
With Christine. Real talk with Christine at gmail.com, and I will fill you in on everything that I'm doing.
Christine is a very well-rounded, dynamic person who's got lots to talk about, and she has some other podcasts. This is one of them, obviously. I'm proud and happy to be along with her, and we have a great time. You can email me with any questions at any time. My advice may be delectably unrefined or just outright fun, but you can email me at realtalkwithchrisanthony@gmail.com, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And no one's
they'll be in the description, those emails.
That's right. So check us out. Thank you for being with us today. And
Thanks,
I have to tell you guys and dolls, you know, everybody out there, you truly, truly engage with us. We love it. We thank you. And see you next Tuesday, same time, same channel. We'll see you in your streams with Real Talk with Chris Anthony. Real Talk with Christine and Chris Anthony. Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and Chris
Unfiltered Real Talk with Christine and Chris Anthony. And we will see you next week.
Stop me.
We will see you next week.
I love you, Christine. Have a good one. We'll see you.